Hey, hon.
Annie.
Can you talk about the two planes that almost collided in Boston a couple days ago?
Yeah, so this happened again. Two planes got pretty close to one another. There's a Delta 330 coming in from Paris Charles de Gaulle on Thursday, October 30th, into New York. Weather was atrocious. I was flying. Winds were upwards of 50 miles an hour, driving rain, low visibility, low ceilings. Plane comes in over Boston on the arrival from New York, holds, made 3 turns in the hold before deciding to divert to Boston, reversed course, and on the approach to Boston, they held twice in the hold, maybe even 3 times, and they shoot their approach into Boston, runway 4 right, and as they're on final approach, air traffic control, tower control in Boston clears a Cape Air, a Cessna 402, a small twin-engine piston airplane, to depart runway 15 right. These runways are intersecting runways at Boston. Apparently, as it's reported, air traffic control gave Cape Air a takeoff clearance while Delta was on final. It wasn't immediately that Cape Air started their takeoff roll, so maybe the air traffic controller gave him a takeoff clearance just before he got to the runway. It took him a minute to round the corner to start his roll. For whatever reason, it was about 20 or 30 seconds later, I read in the report that Cape Air actually began the takeoff roll. So after he was issued his takeoff clearance, then air traffic control gave Delta their landing clearance. But good on the controller for monitoring the situation and realized that they were going to come way too close to each other. He instructed Delta to go around, but boy, after what had to have been, with all that holding, maybe an 8.5-hour flight, they had to go around. You don't want to be doing that. I'm sure they were pretty beat up after that flight and all that weather, but they executed a go around safely, and Cape Air departed. No one was injured. Delta landed and they deplaned and got everybody off the plane safely. But yeah, close call for sure for a really big airplane and a really small airplane.
Thanks, Pilot Vinny.
You're welcome.